If you are concerned about the impact that political ads on Facebook are having on elections around the world, you're not alone. Facebook is notoriously opaque when it comes to letting the public know who is being targeted and how. So several months ago, ProPublica released a tool for your browser called the Political Ad Collector, which crowdsources the job of monitoring the ads that you might not even realize are political. Now we're seeing some of the results from this tool. Julia Angwin is a reporter for ProPublica, joins me now. So first, what does the tool do?
So basically, it's a little teeny bit of software that you can add to your Chrome or your Firefox web browser. And so when you log onto Facebook, it will just notice what ads are being shown to you on your news feed and grab them, figure out which ones are political, and send those political ones to this public database that we're collecting of all the political ads we can find from Facebook.
This is different because it's not like the TV ads that you and I might see at the same time. There's a chance that you're going to see ads that I will never see and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, the explicit goal of Facebook is sort of the niche micro-targeting. And so most likely you and I will not see the same ads. And so the goal here is to get as many as we can because otherwise no one would see them except for their targeted audiences, which could be very small niche.
Okay, and you've also rolled this out to help in other elections around the world. How's that going?
It's been really interesting. So we started with the German elections in the fall, and then we went to the Australia special referendum on gay marriage. And we've been rolling it out in all these other countries since then. And in Australia, for instance, they did find some misleading ads. They found some sort of attempts to mislead certain groups. And in Germany, we say the same thing with the far right party. There was an ad that was misleading about characterizing a crime that was they blamed it on an immigrant, but there was no evidence that was based on immigration. So, it allows for journalists to do the kind of fact checking that is already done just all the time on TV and radio and print ads.
And this is a little different than the TV ad where the candidate comes back and says, I endorse this message at the end. Because on these kind of ads on social media platforms, they don't have to say that, and it could be third-party groups.
Yeah. These ads can be tied to a Facebook page that says, like, Americans for America, and it's sort of impossible to tell who are those people, right? So Facebook has said they're going to add more required disclosures, but that hasn't happened yet. So right now, it allows for people to investigate who are these groups that are placing them.
How does this translate to what will happen in 2018 in the U.S. elections and all the ads that we are likely to be targeted against or targeted through?
Yeah, so our goal is to really blanket the nation with our tool for this 2018 midterm elections because we want there to be as much transparency as there can be about political speech during this election.
Is there something that you've learned about what's happening in Australia or somewhere else in Europe that can be applied to what happens here?
What we have to do in each and every location is we actually build an algorithm to teach it what is political speech in that country. And so it takes us a while to train the algorithm in each country. And I'm wondering whether we're going to have to do that on local elections. Right now we have sort of a national idea of what political speech is, but there may be really local issues that we don't catch. So what we're going to be constantly doing is training our algorithm to be better and better at catching political speech, which is kind of ironic because our whole goal here is to police algorithms, and then we have to build algorithms to police the algorithms.
Yeah, and not all political ads are just about a specific candidate. You're also finding that there are topics that institutions, even companies, are weighing in on that are political.
Yes, there's a lot of issue-based advertising, particularly now early in the cycle. And what's really frustrating is that the Federal Election Commission is trying to build new disclosure rules that make it so that internet ads have to be more accountable. They have to have the little I paid for this line, but they are not necessarily going to apply to issue ads. They're really only going to be for the candidates. And so there is going to be a lot of issue advertising that's pretty unaccountable during this election unless something changes with the way our election laws are regulated here.
And right now anyone can go and download this tool?
Yeah, you just go to, you could just basically go to our website, ProPublica. It says help us monitor political ads. There's a link to the Firefox or the Chrome browser extension. And what's really fun for users is when you open up the browser and you're on Facebook, it actually shows you ads you're not seeing. So it says, here's the ads you're seeing that are political. And then it tells you these are the ones that weren't targeted at you. So you get to see a little bit of what other people are seeing on Facebook.
All right, Julia Angwin of ProPublica, thanks so much.
Thank you.